it'd be my job to bust this place. But, maybe we can help one another. This place is more useful open. Especially when I have someone a lot more dangerous to catch than a few drunks. Ah, it looks like your first customers are arriving. Let's see if you can loosen their tongues. I'll be waiting, bartender. Don't let me down.
This is best served cold. I guess it's like a murder mystery style thing. We'll see. Oh no. It's a woman passed out in the alley. In a noir setting, she's definitely dead. Well, alright. Worse things could have happened, I guess. Other than just being left out in the rain. But we don't know what happened before then. The Last Drop. Case 0. On a Monday? You kidding me? Vincent Fleur, I guess. I don't know how to pronounce that, actually. It seems very, like, French-Italian, I don't know. The hazy overhead lights in your speakeasy buzz to life as the bookshop above you closes for the day. Bookshop owner, and your landlord, Vincent Fleur, takes a seat at the bar and begins mumbling to himself. What a day. Sarin literature is providence bound in leather, but to my customers, my books may as well be doorstops. He looks so sad. I guess I'll interject. Clearly not. If I ordered a cart of fools and received just one of my customers, I would have gotten my money's worth. Wow, alright, fucker. So much for me asking. Well, we both know why I'm here. I need a drink, so dazzle me. In italics, dazzle. What would you like? Some days your customers will be in a bad mood. This can also be caused by serving them a ruined drink or by choosing dialogue options that upset or anger them. When a customer is in a bad mood is shown here in the bottom left. Thankfully, serving a customer their favorite drink will lift their spirits and cure their bad mood. Press the martini glass serve button in the bottom right to start making Vincent a drink. Customers will usually avoid discussing unpleasant topics when in a bad mood. You'll have to cure it before you can interrogate them. As you get to know your clients better, make sure to learn what their favorite drink is. You can always ask them what they like to get in a hint. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on a table. Vincent perks up. Let's see if we can cheer you up. Aha, that's the spirit. No, the spirits are going in the glass, man. Vincent loves the Eastern Ruby, and we want to lift his spirits and cure his bad mood, so let's select Eastern Ruby in the list to start making his favorite cocktail. To successfully mix a drink, you will need to add all the necessary ingredients to the shaker by passing through them with the arrow following along the lines in the direction it is pointing. Once you start following the path, you will need to keep the pace as a red arrow will start following you. Make sure it doesn't catch up with you before reaching the end of the path or the drink will be ruined. Ah, shit, it's timed. So is it just like tracing it? Is it like that one old-ass Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone game? Oh my god. Okay, at least it's forgiving. I thought we had to like perfectly trace it. Eastern Ruby. Is that actually a drink? because he looks nice. Well done, Vincent is no longer in a bad mood. Look at his face. And he's even gained more affection towards you. The more a customer likes a certain drink you give them, the more I cannot speak. The more their affection towards you increases. Their favorite drink will reward the most Kingdom Hearts-ass icon affection. Customers will not appreciate being served a bad drink. If you fail to properly mix a cocktail, customers will be displeased and you will lose all but one action blanket for the remainder of the conversation. Okay. You know me too well. This is my absolute favorite. In a good mood now. When I was looking for a bartender to run this place, I'd hoped for someone as good as you, but didn't expect it. Especially with your background. Judgment there? This place could have become naught but cloudy moonshine and rough customers, yet you are already proving to be more than that. Supply lines for alcohol are fraught, so we have to adapt your drinks menu to the circumstance, but a recent shipment of vodka from Rusalka? I don't know if that's a real place or not, came into my possession, and as such, some old classic cocktails are on the menu once more. Lucky me, I suppose. Anything else? Yes, I nearly forgot. A friendly warning, perhaps? Oh god. My favorite gentleman's club is abuzz with chat about a crackdown on speakeasies. My companions have warned me that the local constabulary is looking to make an example of the flagrant lawbreakers. Lawbreakers, you say? I suppose that's what we are now. We've opened a bar during Prohibition, even if that Prohibition is ridiculous. The law is the law, but what's legal and what's right are not always the same thing. The people of Sara should not exchange freedom for safety. That's kind of the whole crux of that issue. What if we get raided? It's unlikely they would target my establishment, and I have friends in the constabulary, but you should take precautions nonetheless. Try not to irritate anyone who might incriminate us, and don't promise on drink quality. Or don't compromise on drink quality. Can't make any promises about what you're drinking, man. I'd imagine most speakeasies are brought down by dissatisfied customers with loose tongues. And I'll be careful. Good, you see, there's a reason I bring all this up. Vincent reaches into his inner coat pocket and pulls out a folded newspaper. He spreads it on the bar top so you can read the heading, Speakeasy Guest Found Dead. Oh, good. In the early hours of the morning, the body of an as-yet unidentified young woman was found in an alley off the Bukovi Boulevard. So she was alive when we saw her, and I guess she was just left out there and died for some reason. Bukovi police has since released a statement confirming that the crime took place outside a speakeasy and that the proprietors, as well as several guests, have been detained for questioning. Things are going great. This murder is almost certainly the latest in a string of crimes committed on and around the boulevard by the so-called Bukovi killer. Citizens are urged not to attend these illegal establishments for their own safety and to inform local law enforcement if they suspect any illegal activity is taking place. Rat on your neighbors. Don't get too bothered by all this tittle-tattle. Language, man. I'm certain these murders are fabricated by puritanical bureaucrats on the city council. I mean, it's a possibility. It is definitely a conspiracy theory, but I feel like that would piss him off. I believe so, yes. With the prohibition in full force, perhaps the politicians created a serial killer boogeyman to keep people out of the speakeasies. It's just the old fairy tales about demons in the woods. The claws of the Strigoi snatching up unwary and pulling them into darkness. I've seen that word before. It's like vampire or something, isn't it? Takes a long sip of his drink and sets it down on his table, his fingers nervously rattling on the glass. A murder at a speakeasy doesn't mean visiting one is dangerous, but I wonder if those who indulge in tabloid rumors can grasp that fact. I imagine the authorities will be paying closer attention to venues like ours. They think we offer safe haven to vagabonds and scoundrels, but all we want is to kindle the dying flames of conversation. Imagine they're surprised when they see the depth and breadth of fine gentlemen and ladies who will frequent our establishment. But heed my words, friend, be on your guard. will. We're on Bukovi Boulevard, so the locals are a mixed bag. Consider the customers carefully. My friends especially are people of culture and arts. There's no doubt in my mind that some shady characters will show up, but I imagine most of those will be harmless. I hope so, anyway. A mix of high and low society makes for a good blend. Honey and lemon, wine and cheese crackers, that sort of thing. Jokes aside, do be careful, bartender. I've invested a lot of money in this place, and while it's yours to use, I don't expect to be sweeping up eyeballs and teeth at the end of the night. Sweeping up eyeballs is an incredible image. Understood. One more thing. We both know this is your last chance. Oh god. I went out on a limb to give you this opportunity. I've turned a blind eye to your past troubles. Make sure these troubles stay in the past and keep your nose clean. I get it. If you follow my rules, you'll be under my protection. I'll promise I'll keep you safe. One hand washes the other. We have a deal. Good, good. Thank you for the libations. I should return home. I hope business goes well tonight. See you, Vincent. Be gone with him. Every day we'll bring a different group of customers to your speakeasy. It's a big place, so look left and right to check for any customers seated on the edges of the room. We got them. I don't think we got anybody else. Well, you know, I don't think you needed to highlight them. They're kind of right there. You can click on a customer to call them over for a chat at the bar. Let's try it out on this mysterious woman in the back. Bink. Energetic girl. Woman takes a seat looking exhausted. She squints at you like she can't decide if you're a friend or foe. Rough day? You have no idea. Although you're on your feet all day serving people with too much money, so maybe you have some idea. Grundown Heights is fully booked, so me and everyone else in the laundry service are run off our feet. I really can't speak. There's nothing like changing hotel bedsheets during a spice trader's symposium. You know how frustrating it is to have a fat, old, bald man, a little pointed, explain the logistics of his spice trading company and how it makes him rich, and he's doing that while you change his sweaty bedsheets. I can guess. Sometimes I push my face into a pillow and scream so loud I feel like I'm going to crack the walls, but then I stop. Nothing has changed. Sounds like you need a drink. Yes, something that feels like being slapped in the face with a slice of lime. A slice of lime wrapped around a cricket bat. So something strong and citric. I trust your judgment. What flavor do you like? Right now I'm craving something spiced. I trust your judgment. You said that before, I think. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the table. One drink coming up. I'm so excited. There are several indicators to the right of each cocktail that provide more information about the drink in question, including whether your customer likes it or not. A question mark means you don't yet know how they feel about this cocktail, while a star means it's their favorite. Customers will also have drinks they like and ones they feel neutral about. This information gets updated every time you serve a customer a new drink. Serving liked and favorite drinks will improve your relationship with a customer faster than a neutral one. The blanket, whatever that is, indicates the smoothness of the drink, which determines how long a customer is willing to stay and talk after being served. In other words, how many actions you will be able to take during the following dialogue. Every new topic you discuss will cost you 1 blanket. Once the action counter runs out, customers will leave the bar, so don't forget to serve them a drink whenever you talk to them. Customers can be called back as long as you have actions remaining, but can only be served once a day. What about all the alcoholic people that need more than 1 drink? Meanwhile, the alcohol percentage shows how alcoholic a drink is. The higher the percentage, the more intoxicated the customer will get. Some questions will require a certain level of intoxication to loosen a customer's lips, but be careful. A customer that becomes inebriated will go home. Alcohol tolerance will vary from customer to customer. Them becoming inebriated and immediately going home does not sound like the most realistic bar simulator I've ever heard of, but however you like to do it, I guess. Now you know the power the bartender holds. The better your drink fits the customer's taste, the more affection you'll receive. You can also affect a customer's mood as well as how talkative they will be after you've served them. Now let's make her a drink, shall we? Copper Bullet. Vodka, lime juice, ginger ale, ice cubes, mint leaf, lime slice. Oh boy. The bots are out. It's in the shape of a bullet too, that's kind of fun. Is it just a Moscow mule? Oh damn, this is perfect. Don't let me have too many of these. After a long shift, my brain is buzzing. I can't just go home with all this fuzz in my head. When the prohibition closed the clubs and... When the prohibition closed the bars and clubs, everything got more expensive. An opera ticket costs a month's rent. Well, it's an opera ticket. Like, I'm pretty sure going to see the opera has always been like a wealth thing, but I've never been to the opera, so what do I know? And with everything being so busy... Why is it so busy? Oh, there's the Spice Merchants Symposium, but there's some big show going on as well. Everyone wearing their fanciest threads, the women in these sparkly dresses and their heeled shoes looks like torture to me. Yeah, me too. Like, genuinely, I hate dressing up for anything. At the hotel, I only see the clothes lying on the floor stained with peppercorn sauce, coffee, nicotine, and worse. Like, wow, alright. At least the folk going to the shows are clean. I guess I can claim a few wine stains now, so maybe the prohibition isn't all bad. She downs her drink, wiping her mouth for any spills. Woo! Take that as a compliment. This watering hole is new, right? That weird old guy put me onto this place. How old? Nightcap just opened, yes. Nightcap, huh? Funny name. Oh, I'm Clara, by the way. She didn't say her last name, but it's Clara Salo. Mind if I just call you Bartender? I feel like that's rude. You don't seem too prissy about the type of customers you get. Like, you're a service industry person too, and you're already dehumanizing me anyway. It's rough, man. Rundown Heights has 3 hotel bars, but I didn't fit in at any of them, even when they served booze. The staff bar was all drunken bellhops, the mid bar was full of posers, and the Spire Lounge would charge me a fortune for just looking at the drinks menu. The place feels a bit more varied in its clientele. You got all sorts in here. We're all equal when we walk through these doors. Her smile is warm, and she nods a little, like she just made up her mind about you. I can get on board with that. Good. Well, I should be heading back. I got Bartitsu sparring course. What the hell is Bartitsu? I've never heard of that before. Bartitsu sparring classes and a shift tomorrow. And if I don't get good sleep, both of these are gonna beat the stuffing out of me. Take care. Now that everyone has been spoken to, let's end the day by using the bell. Click the bell on the counter to signal all customers to leave and head home. You can use it to end the day early when you don't feel like speaking to all the customers. On a Tuesday. Awkward gentleman. A new customer takes a seat at the bar. He takes a slow look around the room, then at you. He glances back at the entrance a few times like he expects someone to sneak in after him. The man doesn't hesitate to tap the bar, demanding attention you're already giving him. What can I get you? How does this place work? Just like a regular bar? No butlers or whatever? I just want a drink. Anything in particular? I don't care. You choose. How does this place work? Okay. He, has no particular things he would like to talk about. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the table. Thank you. We've got different levels of smoothness. Got high alcohol percentages on some of them. It does not sound like him. It's very alcoholic, but not very smooth. He kind of seems like a whiskey drinker to me, but that might be kind of stereotypical. Try that, I guess. Not bad. Not bad at all. Very pleasant, actually. Oh, does he like that? It's not his favorite. But he is in a good mood now. You'll probably guess that I'm here for more than a drink. We have business. Business, you say? He sets down today's newspaper rather than turning it as Vincent did yesterday. Instead, lets the heavy pages land with a thud. The headline reads, Latest Bukovi Boulevard Victim Identified. Recent photo taken of the young victim. Henri Lyon invests in new South Side residential blocks. Young gambler murdered outside speakeasy. In a statement to the press this morning, Bukovi police finally released the name of the latest victim in the string of murders by the so-called Bukovi killer. The body of the 24-year-old Natalia Reed, a native Saran and lifetime resident of Bukovi, was found yesterday in the unnamed alley off Bukovi Boulevard at 6 in the morning by a local resident heading out for work. Police have since confirmed that the crime took place outside a speakeasy known as the Last Drop, which the victim, a junior accountant, was known to frequent in her off time, to drink and gamble. The illegal business has since been shut down, resulting in several arrests. Police Commissioner Aldea urges the public to be careful and to come forward with any information that may aid the police in their ongoing investigation, as the perpetrator remains at large. Talia Reed's family has declined to comment. Her employer, Mark Weaver, says only that he assumed she was just late again. Have you encountered anyone acting strangely at this establishment? You. I feel like that would piss him off, but I kind of want to be a smartass. It pissed him off. I feel like that noise probably is a little harsh. You can put it in a different noise that's more toned down, less high volume. You can tell you've touched a nerve. He takes a short breath and leans forward. Anyone who isn't me. Maybe. Maybe. I don't think you quite understand what's at stake here. Did you read the news yesterday? Speakeasy guest found dead. Since you just served me alcohol, that would make this place... I don't feel like he appreciates me being obtuse. A speakeasy. Exactly. He reaches into his pocket and pulls out a police badge. His name reads Constable Hugo Mertens. Wants a moment to make sure you understand the gravity of the situation. I'm investigating a series of murders that took place outside the established speakeasies. Are you going to shut us down? Speakeasies are, at the moment, one of the only leads I have. I may never say this again, but your business needs to stay open. The killer is using locations like yours, so one of your patrons could be a killer. And you need my help? You'll be helping yourself. If your clientele keeps getting murdered, well, that's not great for business. That's a fair point. For a time, your establishment has protection from me and from the rest of the constabulary. This place is no longer a bar, it's a hunting ground where I could catch a killer with your help. Found a clue, the last drop. When your first assignment is to interview these drunkards and find out if any of them frequented that speakeasy where we found Natalia Reed. Do that, and I might just extend your time a bit longer so we can figure out who's behind all this. You drinking here is also illegal, right? I cannot help but want to be a smartass. It is, but I have dispensation, and with your background, I'm sure you agree it's best if we don't look too closely at who has broken which laws. My background? You already looked me up? Are you going to help me? I don't have an option here, do I? He shakes his head softly, then pulls the badge from the table and places it back inside his pocket. I did my homework, and I know who you are. I just think of it this way. As a reformed citizen, you should be more than happy to help out. I understand. You might not be fond of the constabulary, but you have to be realistic. Right now, we want the same thing. I'll do it. Good. Any questions? Oh, we already answered that. First task was interviewing people. Let's move on. Speaking with customers will provide you with clues about the current case. These clues can be reviewed in the notebook at any time. Using the Show Clue button lets you present a clue from your notebook to the customer you're currently talking to, letting you ask them for more information or confront them with evidence. Presenting clues to customers is crucial to uncovering new evidence to solve your case. Helpful customers may be able to spot lies, provide new information, or provide an alibi, but be careful. Showing certain people confrontational evidence may just affect their mood. You're part of this now. Time is short. I swear to God I cannot speak. Time is short and I expect something solid from you soon. This case is the highest priority and you're on the clock. If we don't have the killer in 2 weeks, this gets kicked upstairs to Confederated Force? Okay. If that happens, my career is in tatters and your bar is finished. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. 2 weeks to prove we are not children playing detectives. 2 weeks to save our careers and our reputations. 2 weeks to make our streets safe and save some lives while we're at it. No pressure, though. Excuse me. You look like the other guy, but with a scar and slightly younger. Peter Wagner enters your bar. You recognize him by the scar on his cheek. It's been a while and you don't quite know if you're ready to see him again. He takes a seat, looking you in the eye. You can't quite tell if he recognizes you. You hope he doesn't. Welcome to the Nightcap. Creative location for a speakeasy. The Filth are looking for old bars opening up again, not basements owned by bookworms. The Filth. Make me a real drink so I can forget all about the weak cat piss they serve in the stacks. Memory serves, you mix a good cocktail, though usually a bit sweet for my tastes. Miss me, Peter? Every day was crying myself to sleep on a pillow soaked through with tears. You feel the same, I imagine? Sure. He raises his eyebrows and shoves a few coins your way. Let's see how this new job of yours is working out, eh? Going all sweet on me now? Like a hint of coffee to go with my drink. He wants a strong coffee drink, I guess, is what they're trying to say. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the bar. Peter leans low and his chin rests on the bar, the light catching the long scar on his cheek. His lights twinkle as he looks up at you. His chin rests on the... Is he laying his head all the way down on the bar? That's a little weird. Let's see if I can remember what you like. Let's see, indeed. So he wants strong and coffee. I think these are the only two coffee options. And that's got sugar in it. He doesn't like sweet, so cold winter, I guess. Oh my god. I don't know if you get punished for doing it too slow. Like if too much of it fills up with red. This career shift is starting to make sense. You have a talent. So you're a bartender now. Well, that's an odd one, but if you want to pull a curtain over your past, I'll go along with it. Notebook added Peter Wagner. Peter is a criminal. More specifically, he's an enforcer for the feared crime lord Carla. Name doesn't inspire fear in me, but okay. But as long as you don't owe money, insult him, or spill his drink, you should be fine. Strange how that face with the frightening scar can light up a room when he smiles, though it doesn't happen often. How can someone so dangerous be so charming? Thanks. His favorite speakeasy. Your rival speakeasies ain't too appealing. I can see why you're getting busier. The other places either turn away anyone without a duchy, or they hose the blood off the dance floor each night. The last drop was the only one I could appreciate, but it got shut down a few days ago, so he was at the last drop, more than likely. It's a little blood to you. I'm a teddy bear. I got claws, but I don't want to get them out when I'm trying to hold my wine glass. You don't seem like a wine drinker to me. You notice him bite the inside of his cheek for a moment. You think he's going to try denying it. Instead, he shrugs. I reckon my job ain't good or bad, it's neutral. Cause and effect and all that. What I do is a natural result of the system we live in and the deals people make. Alright. It's neutral? I take no responsibility for what happens to the folk when I collect from. They knew the deal they were getting into when they took the money, but even though I don't feel bad for them, that don't mean I want to go drinking with gorillas like me who laugh about smashing open some indebted shopkeeper's skull. That don't mean I want to go drinking with gorillas like me. That's a weird statement. He takes a final long sip of his drink and sets the empty cup down on the table. You're not a complete monster. I'm just Peter and I play my part without prejudice or pleasure. Like I said, cause and effect. Now, if you'll excuse me, this drink has had an effect on me and I need to take care of that. What does that mean? Sure thing. Okay. Oh, the preacher is sad. I'll deal with you first. An obscenely glamorous woman wipes the stool clean before gingerly sitting on it. After a moment, she checks her lipstick in a pocket mirror before readjusting her coat. She leans forward to meet your gaze. Welcome. It's certainly cushy down here. To think, this grand place below a bookstore, how very Vincent. You know Vincent. Yes, he's the man who invited me. He probably mentioned I'd be showing up. He's quite the fan. Her nails tap rhythmically to some invisible music. You can't tell if she's waiting for you to say something in particular. Vincent hasn't mentioned you. No, he must have. Carmine, Oliva, Olivia. Why would you say your name like that? I get you're supposed to be douchey, but there's probably some kind of list I'm on. A VIP kind of affair. I'm an actress slash singer slash radio host. If you haven't heard of me, you certainly heard my voice. Her voice is silky and delicate like a silver bell. You don't mind listening to it, even though it drips with audacity. It's never mentioned you. Oh, that Olivia Carmine. Yes, Vincent mentioned you. See, we all need a little push to jog our memory sometimes. Perhaps you heard about the time I saved a performance of Dandies and Dames at the Classic Grand. Maybe. Stan Chan forgot to leave a prop gun on the stage. I ended up singing bang bang noises to finish the performance. That would be hilarious to see somebody try to do. The audience loved it, the director went along with it. The show got middling reviews, but I was praised for my quick thinking and my coolness under pressure. You've got a hell of a jawline for a lady. Can I get you a drink? Are you buying, darling? Put it on my tab. I'll be here more often. I eagerly await your performance, Bartender. Anything specific you fancy? Something fruity. I love tropical fruits in particular. Alright. You lift a glass from the stack and place it in front of Olivia. She purses her lips, taking a long look at her nails beside the glass. Let's pour you something fabulous. Thank you, darling. My throat is absolutely parched. So she likes tropical fruit. That sounds like pirate's joy to me. I don't think anything even has any other, like, fruit things in it. Not very much, anyway. It's a hook. That's great. Oh my god. About fucked that one up. That base part of it really catches your mouse. Perfect. Astonishing, flawless, incredible, divine, absolutely brilliant use of everything. Inspirational, honestly. Alright. What a day. Oh, did I tell you about my radio career? Yeah, you mentioned it. She doesn't wait for an answer. Instead, she leans forward and curls her fingers to pull you close. Well, today, I spent the majority of my time reading contracts. Starting my own show, you see. Something daring, something bold, something that'll knock the socks right off my listeners. I'm calling it Chamomile and Carmine. Classy, right? I mean, sure. Absolutely. You're one of the first to hear about it, but well, I suppose I let my mouth run when I'm a little tipsy, so more we'll find out soon. Picture me in my sultry voice broadcast nationwide to the people of Sara. even the poor folk who can't make it to my stage performances. I'm so excited. Congrats. Good things happen to good people, you know. I disagree. That's just me, though. Sure, man. Olivia swirls the last bit of her drink and takes a long sip. She wipes her mouth with a tissue before setting the empty glass down beside her hand. Thank you for the drink. I will be back, though hopefully soon you won't have to wait too long to hear my voice. Kisses. With a slight stumble, she pushes herself up, winks at you, and takes her leave. One drink and people are stumbling? Good lord, man. See you soon. Now the, depression preacher, I guess. What up, bud? A miserable-looking gentleman sits down at the bar. A big cloud follows him. I noticed he looked way more sad in the background than he does right here. Once he has your attention, he peruses the drinks stacked behind you. What can I get you? I never understand all these names. Something strong, please. I'm doing something wrong, I might as well do it right. Anything besides strong? Not really, just strong. If I'm doing something wrong, I might as well do it right. Okay. Maybe that's 7%er we got. Clean glass from the tray and place it on the table. He takes a short breath. What does the goddess want you to order? Is that the religion is like female deity or something? Just make me drink quickly and with fewer jokes. Alright, bud. Yeah, strongest thing we got is night count. Gin, vermouth, triple sec, lemon slice. Ugh. I feel like that'd be harsh. Oh my god. It's a bat. That's intense. Fuck. Racing that really gets hung up on corners, I've noticed. Do I need to call you Vlad now? The world is spinning and my worries have become as blurred as my vision. Exactly why I came here. No, fair enough. You're immediately inebriated, though. Intoxication indicates how intoxicated the customer is. Sober, tipsy, drunk, inebriated. I was trying to read, like, what these are. I guess it's an empty glass, a shot, a mixed drink or wine, and then just like a bottle of liquor. I guess that's what that's supposed to represent, which is fair enough. That doesn't sound like a good thing. He shrugs, places the glass back on his lips, and downs the rest. When the glass is empty, he wags his finger for you to refill it. We start with your name. John Lacey. You really don't know who I am? I'm Father Lacey, but you can call me John. I'm a priest at the church up the road. You know this is alcoholic. We are permitted. Besides, how could the gods resent a priest drinking in this city? Is it that bad? You took confessions too, you wouldn't ask. Oh. Immediately in a bad mood. I didn't even have a choice there. At least you look more akin to how upset you were back there, I guess. What do people confess? Everything you can imagine and more. I used to have faith in humanity. Here you go. Thank you, I'll be back soon. Godspeed, John. He downs the rest and stands up. Now that you can see him better, you notice the clerical collar that was tucked in. He tips his head and takes his leave. We all right? I guess that's it for that day. At the end of the day, you return to your office, where you can review your clues on the clue board and try to make new deductions. Besides structuring your thoughts, the clue board also has another very important function. Some clues can be connected to form new evidence. Spotted a contradiction or two pieces of evidence that tell you something about the same person or event? Try combining them. You can combine two clues by connecting their pins with red string. Excuse me. Place a clue you have found on the board. Simply click and drag them over from the clues list on the right. Clues on the board can be arranged as you wish to help you with your investigation. The last drop, which I guess would go in the middle there. And then Peter's favorite speakeasy. At any point, you can remove a clue from the board by dragging and dropping it in the clue list, should you feel any piece of information is no longer important. two clues you have right now seem to be related, don't they? Let's try linking them together. Click one of the pins, then drag the string to the other clue's pin to see what happens. This, I guess, is the pin. Congratulations, you have created a new combined clue. Combined clues are key to your investigation. Building a solid case will hinge on making these connections. Asking your customers about these new clues will often lead you to new insights as well. Not all clues can be combined, of course, but if you're ever stuck, try to see if there are any new deductions you can make. Proceed to the next day, click on the coat rack to the side. I guess it won't let me, Peter mentioned that his favorite speakeasy, The Last Drop, was shut down recently. He had to find a new watering hole, which is how he discovered the nightcap. Peter's street smarts, that's what we're calling that. The murder of Natalia Reed took place near a speakeasy known as The Last Drop. It was closed down after the fact. Peter frequented the Last Drop speakeasy where Natalia Reed's murder took place before it was shut down. He should be able to tell me who else went to the drink, if any of them visit the nightcap. So I can't, like, click and drag that, really. That's just there. Okay. End of the evening and go to the next day. Sure, man. The load times are nice. I know it's on an SSD right now, but... Oh, that's a lot of people. What's up, Peter? Hey, Peter. Well, look who's still open. In a world of dwindling light, you're a beacon in the night. Don't plan on closing anytime soon. Let's catch up, just like the old days. Now press the Show Clue button to open the notebook and present him with the new combined clue. Select the Peter's Street Smarts clue to ask him for more information. Peter frequented The Last Drop, the speakeasy where that is. Yeah, we already did that. Yes. Story about the broad that got iced at a speakeasy? What about it? What do you think happened? You read the story. I'm sure the journos did a great job. They always do. Don't be like that. I want your opinion. You're fishing. And for what? I got nothing for you. You and me both know how this show plays out. The papers spin the same stories. The hoi polloi get all worked up, and ain't no one got the real facts, except for the ones who know to keep their mouths shut. And folk who say the city council are fabricating killings, they got their heads screwed on wrong. Covey officials can barely punch a hole in the road, far less stage a murder. I'm one of those people when they come up with, like, the government is doing X conspiracy theory kind of things. Like, we barely function normally. How are we doing all these crazy things? But whatever. I know a professional job when I see one, and this ain't professional. But it was done by someone who has experience, someone who has planned it out real careful and who's done it before. Did you visit that speakeasy? He said so, yeah. And? Plenty of folk went there, so don't go making any inferences. You know where the line is, no need to see what happens if you step over. Who else went there? Hard to tell, it was a mixed crowd, let me think. Elena Dragos, type of rich blonde who don't want nothing to do with me. Last year she made it big thanks to her daddy winning the jackpot at a poker tourney. Elliot, the sour-faced alcoholic who popped in occasionally. If he was in school, I'd beat the snot out of him and take his milk money. I still might. And Killian Durand, the rich kid with the baby face and the soft hands. You taking roll call? Potential patrons. Baby face and soft hands. That's great. If this bartending gig doesn't work out, I suggest a job as an intrepid reporter. What do you think of that, Scoops? Alright, I was just curious. When you don't feel like asking a customer any further questions, you can always press the hand leave button in the bottom right to exit a conversation, regardless of how many actions you have left. You still have questions for Peter, you can simply continue your conversation. I was about to say, can I give him a drink? See, I feel like that should be worded where he rests his chin in his hands, not rests his chin on the bar. Like, I think that's what they mean, but it's worded weird for me. Maybe just one. You don't want my lips loosening. Who knows what I'll say. Cold winter is his favorite. I'd probably like that one too. I don't know what the exclamation mark means. Maybe it's just new. I already know that, but getting hard to ask, I guess. I like proper drinks, something pure like vodka. Anything else? Coffee helps, keeps me sharp in the wee hours. You work late? You know I do. Nothing good happens in the morning, so best sleep through it. I get a lot more done while everyone else is asleep and out of my way. Despite the name, a cold winter usually keeps me warm during those long nights. I remember. How's work these days? Sure, I'll play along with this amnesia of yours. My job is the same as ever. I'm a problem solver, and the problem I solve is this. What do you do when someone owes you money and stops paying you? I make sure agreements are kept and no one breaks their word. Found a clue. Peter's job. In a way, I help all properties involved, because one way or another, the deal they made won't be broken. And where possible, I hope my business never involves my friends. Business is never personal for me, but the way I do business, some people take it real personal. Alright. This is on a personal note, but when they do dialogue options, I find it annoying when they have the middle statement that always gets repeated going back to these. I don't think you need that. When the conversation ends at a certain point, you should just go back to the options and not have that middle statement. I don't think it helps anything. I assume you never went legit? Let's both assume I'm not in the mood for this conversation right now. Ask me again when your words are as sweet as the booze. Let's catch up. It's like, yeah, that one. That one is not necessary, and it being repeated over and over again doesn't do anything. Know anything about Natalia Reed? Shame about her accident. Or murder. Murder, then. Saw her here and there, and I reckon it's real odd that she got iced. Why odd? She didn't seem like the victim type, you know? I don't know. Victim type, really? Can you elaborate? He tilts his head for a moment, and you see his eyebrows shift, giving you a knowing look. She was confrontational, fearless. Most people are intimidated by me, but she brushed me off. Brushed off my employer a few times, too. To me, that screams the victim type, because you're pissing off people that you don't want to piss off. But, whatever. Usually the ones that end up victims are the ones who don't fight back. Even drunk, she'd probably put up a good fight. Really? I reckon so. Kill from behind, right? Whoever struck her probably thought they couldn't take her in a fight. The police or whoever's holding your leash should be looking at cowards. That's what you should be investigating. I mean, they could probably take her in a fight. It's more they don't want to get hurt while killing her, like defensive wounds or whatever. Who says I'm investigating? You're asking a lot of questions. People with our background know better. No one ever got iced for asking too few questions. You're right. If you got someone pulling your chain, I get it. Someone holding something over you, I guess? Maybe. Don't be coy. We go way back, so I get it. Right. Well, I won't go home, but I can't stay here. Make sure you don't get into any mischief while I'm gone. That's my job. Will do. Oh. I gotta do each one of those individually. I'm guessing that's the blonde chick he was talking about. And then that, I guess, is the alcoholic. Are you looking all sad over here? What's your story? Office worker. What was that? Oh, that was the bad mood sound, I guess. The moody-looking man sits down. He takes a deep breath and hunches over the bar, avoiding eye contact. Long day. Every day is the same length. Can I get a cocktail? We got a bit of the tism. Sure. As your hand moves to grip a glass, he holds his palms up, stopping you. Wait. Please make sure it's a clean glass. Definitely got the tism. All our glasses are clean. I'm sure, but I've had a bad experience. Smudges and such. One glass, no smudges. Good. I'll have that cocktail. Any particular flavors you enjoy? Nothing too fruity. I don't like seeds or pith in my mouth. Maybe something minty? Alright. Man closely inspects it and gives a reassuring nod. Going right up. Hope it's good. Mint leaf, ice cube, soda. Yeah, that's the only thing that's like outwardly minty, I think. I thought there was one that mentioned mint at one point, but guess not. It's a guy punching. I knew it was going to be green. It's a nice drink. Clean glass, crisp taste. Watch him down the rest. When the glass is empty, he wipes it carefully with his sleeve, making sure the clean rim where his lips were. You a big drinker? There's not much else to do in Bukovi. To be honest, I'm not usually out on days like these, but my date got canceled. Are you open the whole weekend? We are. Good. That's when I usually need a drink. Elliot, by the way. I live a few streets over. Nice to meet you, Elliot. Can I get you another drink? No, I should head home. Thanks a lot for the drink. I'll be back soon. See you then. Veritism. Who are you? Striking redhead. A woman sits down at the bar. Her eyes are piercing and she scans the room. Then you, taking everything in. She's dressed up with diamond earrings, a pearl necklace, and a coat that could be mink. What can I get you? This place is as charming as it is easy to find. When Alina mentioned a speakeasy on the boulevard, I can't say I expected this. Money has flooded into the Bukovi Boulevard and washed away the dirt, but some of the character too. However, it seems to have flowed past this venue without impact. I can't tell if that's a compliment. As closest one you're likely to get from me, I'm Wendy Brooker. Might have heard of my father. Sure, man. You haven't, but she says it with enough confidence that you feel like you should. Well, I don't think you need to ask around too much to know my reputation. Impeccable. And if you stay on my good side, I'll even think of an endearing nickname for you. If I could speak, this would be so much easier sometimes. Okay. Do you want a drink? Don't make me beg. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the table. Let's see if I can impress you. A difficult task, but nothing is impossible, darling. I have no idea what you would want. I'm assuming it's not any of the ones I've done before? So not that, or that. Evening prayer. Femme fatale. It's red. It's female coded, at least in wording. Not going on much here. Haven't done wake up call. Poison drop wasn't the detective's favorite. Let's go with that. Alright. Some of these shapes, man. Nice and red. There's a cornichon pickle. A twist, not bad, but too many of these and I'll get bored. I don't know if that means it was really good or not. Take this back to my table now, darling. Enjoy. Yep, was not her favorite, I'm guessing. Because I think it shows people's favorites. Yeah. Oh, he was the alcoholic, so... Alright. I thought that was going to be him. Who are you? Well-dressed girl. The young, well-dressed woman sits at the bar and waits. She doesn't seem the happiest, but as soon as you look at her, she puts on a smile and leans on the bar. What can I get for you? I don't really know, if I'm honest. Too many options. How about I choose? I'd appreciate that. I feel a bit out of my depth here. Something light, though. I have work in the morning. Looking forward to trying anything you make for me. Any flavors you're fond of? May sound odd, but tomato. I'm looking forward to trying anything you make. Okay. Many thanks. So I guess she wants the tomato? I don't think anything else has tomato. She also said something light, though. Guess it's the second lightest thing we have on the menu. Let's go with that. That's lovely, thank you. Yeah, she really liked that, I guess. Places like this are fascinating to me. I'm not used to all this. As welcome as anyone. She tilts her head as if she's wondering whether to agree or not. Like your little head scarf wrap thing. Keep thinking the constabulary will arrest me at any moment. If my friends were caught, they would pay a fine, but I'd end up in jail. I understand. So you're like the lower class friend? Or your family's not as well known? Yes, I think you do. I'm Maria Popa, by the way. I'm here with my friend Alina. Speaking of, I should probably go back there. I wouldn't want to miss it out. Wouldn't want to miss out on another story from Wendy about how her butler is getting fat and her swimming pool is too big. Good luck. You see her put on a smile, grab a drink, and make her way over to the table. So it's Alina. Blonde lady. Young woman sits casually at the bar. Before she says a word, she looks at the list of drinks on the wall behind you, a tad confused. Evening. Hello. What can I get you? I don't know what I'm feeling today. I want something strong, but I'm also craving something sweet. What can you do? I can try and help you make up your mind. That'd probably help. Let's roll the dice. Surprise me. What would you like again? I want something strong, but I'm also craving something sweet. Okay. You lift a clean glass from the tray and place it on the table. Strong and sweet. So, not that. Sugar syrup. Wake up call, maybe? I like Eastern Ruby. It's as strong as it gets while still being sweet, I think. Perfect. Well, I definitely don't hate it, thanks. Well, swing and a miss, I guess. Have you been open long? Not particularly. But this place seemed new. Hello, a bookshop, too. Her little earrings look like the pins on the clue board. Random thought. I used to come here to buy books when I was a kid whenever my father got me pocket money. Either way, consider me sold, I guess. How do you afford somewhere on the boulevard? Vincent owns the place. Right. Anyway, I'm Elena Dragos. I brought a few friends along and we're already a bit tipsy, if you haven't noticed already. Shouldn't have to tell you that. They reek of booze. Hide it well. Yeah, we found a bottle in the basement. We're celebrating our friend's birthday. Anyway, I'm gonna go look for my friends. I hope they haven't wandered off. Take care. You too. Didn't get her favorite. Alright. Douche McGillicuddy. Boy in pink. Before he even sits down, you can tell this young man has an attitude. He frowns at the bar, his seat, the drink selection, then you. You wish you weren't so good at handling men like him. You've had more than enough experience than you wish for. He looks your way when he sits down. When you don't immediately give him attention, he taps the table twice. What can I get you? Surprise me. Some hints. Well, I'm a big fan of rum, I think. You think? You watch him try to get comfortable in his seat. He looks over his shoulder at the 3 girls he came in with, then regards you with an urgent look in his eye. You're the bartender, so 10 bar and serve me something. I don't drink too much, and my parents are into wines, not cocktails. I can handle that. No, this guy does not look like a rum guy. He looks like a wine cooler kind of guy. Thank you. Alright, pour away. What flavors do you enjoy? Something with a sweet touch like rum. Don't keep me waiting now. You are a fuck. White rum, white rum. So we really only have 2 rum drinks, I think. Unless I am wildly mistaken. Pirate's Joy, I guess, would be the sweetest. So they do double up on favorites, I guess. If this works. Going over once again to see if there's any rum that I'm missing. I don't think there is. The bottom of this hook gets me. I like the music so far. I don't know if any of it's copyrighted or not, but I could get used to this. I'm Killian. You might have met my parents at some point. The Durans. Oh, he really liked it. That was his favorite, I guess. No, I don't think so. You might have met a doctor with that surname, though that's fuzzy. Fine people, though I suppose as private doctors, perhaps a bit out of your price range for healthcare. Thank you for mentioning that. With that, he pays, turns around, and goes to sit back at the table. I don't know if I can talk to him further after giving him a drink or whatever. Evening, Alina. Catch up on all the gossip. What sort of drink do you like, Alina? Poison drop. Nothing tops that one. Very specific. Hey, if you don't tell people exactly what you like, how will you ever get what you want? I identify with that. Good point. It's better than Maria's anyway. That one likes tomato in her drinks. It's indecent. Okay. A little judgmental. My God. You have a lot to talk about. How are you finding your time here? Pleasant crowd, mostly. There's a few people here that I'm not on great terms with, but it's a bar, so that's to be expected. Ooh. I'd rather not get into it, honestly. I don't want to push her too much. Alright. Let's catch up on all the gossip. Yeah, that's the weird interstitial line again. What do you do for work? Nothing. I guess you don't need to. Exactly. My family's fallen into wealth through sheer luck, and I won't let us fall out again. I have plans to keep us where we need to be. My dad might end up losing his fortune again, but I'll be glad to take him in when the time comes. Did you ever work? Sure, and for a man who... It doesn't matter. It's all in the past. Let's catch up on all the gossip. I'm like compelled to say that line when it pops up, but I know it's just gonna pop up every single time. Anything you do in your spare time? I play competitive chess. I'm good at it depending on who you compare me to. Maria and I have been chess partners since we were kids. Back then we imagined that if we got good enough we'd live the life of chess grandmasters, play chess for trophies, live in hotels, go to parties, have crowds cheer our names. The reality is a lot of these events only pay when you win, and the entry fees are extortionate. I think it said extortionate. Back in the day, we did overtime to afford the qualification fees. We'd be so exhausted from overtime that we'd never play our best. We'd scrape up enough money for one hotel room and pass out each night. Still had fun, though. Well, as long as you're doing good. Ever win? I won a tournament a few weeks back. Maria got second place, so we both qualify for an upcoming national tournament. Maria doesn't know yet, but I'll be paying to take us both there. That's kind of you. It's our dream. Risk. Dating. Friends. Who are the people you came with? Got an update to her notebook. You know, I don't particularly like the Nouveau Riche. I forget how to say that word. Nouveau Riche, or the old Riche. Killian is sweet but painfully innocent. Wendy has her moments. The only person I really want around me is Maria. Why do you socialize with them? Because they're useful. The wealthy don't see us as people, we're tools, so I sort of adopted that mindset. But you're rich. You're not getting it. I was born poor. That stain stays with you. For Killian, he was born middle class, so he's closer to home. I might be wealthy now, but I didn't come into money through gem mining or property or or an aristocratic aunt. I am really having trouble speaking. Gambling. My father has money now, but all that means is that he has more to lose, and gamblers always lose in the end. That's why you gamble then invest. If I don't ingratiate myself with these people, maybe even shack up with one of them, I will have nothing again. I will be nothing to them. In the grand scheme, I'm a blip, a momentary fleeting thing in these people's lives. Got to hook them in, get them invested, and eventually probably marry one if I want to keep this lifestyle. Just wish I could, I don't know, trust them a bit more. Some of them are decent, I think, but I know where I came from, and I know I won't go back. That has to be my focus. That's quite the plan. I'm a chess player. Planning ahead is what I do. Seems a bit cynical and sociopathic. You mean pragmatic. Seeing how quickly people change, the way they treat me, the moment I got money left me a little jaded, I suppose. On good days, I think my new friends aren't like that. They're better than that. Wendy and Killian might have more to them than I admit, but I still don't fully trust them yet. Alright. I should get going. See you later. Oh yeah, I have limited actions, I guess it's the limited conversation options I can take. Good evening. Maria? Tell me about yourself. You and Alina played chess together. We do, yes. We've been partners since we were 8. We met at a chess club in school. We were rivals, but ended up being best friends. It's a long friendship. I know her better than myself at this point. Chess is about getting into your opponent's head. I like it inside hers. Does that sound strange? Yes, that sounds strange. A little. We can get very competitive, but we share the same dream. To get a little bit better every day, and then beat those scruffy old bearded men at the chess council together. We know each other so well now. I'm not sure our practice is helping us get to the next level, but I also just enjoy the time we spend together. We dream of one day beating Bukovi's top grandmaster. We're getting close. Alina, I say her name different every time, I'm pretty sure, won a tournament a few weeks ago, and I came second. I was so happy. We played against each other in the finals, and it was intense. Feels like my whole life was leading to that moment. Since we're in the top sports, we knew we'd overqualified for the next tournament in a few months with the Grandmaster, so in a way the final was like a victory lap for us. I've talked about chess too much. Sometimes I can't tell if I'm talking too much about something I love, but either way, thanks for listening. Anytime. Tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? I'm a people pleaser, is that okay? Work at the old tailor's in the stacks. The other girls, that seems good. That's funny. Talk about drinking and dancing, but I just keep my head down. They think I'm dull, but I knew that place would catch fire eventually. There was a fire? That building is a death trap. We don't know who blew the fuse box. In House of Matches, it can be hard to find the first spark, you know. But it didn't burn down completely. Elena and I just can't play chess in the basement anymore. I already know she plays chess. When we were at school, we played for boiled sweets. It's a wonder we still have teeth. The women in the workhouse think I'm quiet and boring, but I watch them and see things. I do kind of hate that about some of these, like, dialogue choice-centered games where the dialogue choices don't account for stuff you find out in other choices. I wish more games would do that. Patterns. Not just in the fabric, but in the city and people, and most of all, in chess. Elena is good, but most days I can beat her. There's a fire in me. Competition. Even without candy, victory is still sweet. You're a grandmaster? Not quite. Although I have won tournaments, we both won a few, but none that were official or major. Elena always beats me when the stakes are high. It's like the pressure of playing against my friend makes me wilt. Okay. In the heat of competition, she lights up and I burn out. She just wants more. Once asked her what her secret is. I'll never forget what she said. Never dim your star to make others shine brighter. It's decent advice, I guess. Any other hobbies that aren't so intense? Cooking, I guess. I make great sarmale. I don't know what that is, honestly. But this is starting to feel like a job interview instead of a drinks order. Fair point. I already know she likes that. I have 3 actions left. I can do her whole conversation. Not a big drinker, not at all. If I'm honest, I came here because Elena asked me along, and leaving her at a bar alone isn't something I'm comfortable with. You're a good friend. I think so too. Elena and I have been through a lot. I like knowing she's safe, even if it means drinking. Oh, it's not so bad. Sometimes having a few drinks makes the book I'm reading even more exciting, though I often lose my place and have to read the same pages over and over. I can do that without being drunk, because ADD is a thing. You're welcome to read anything on the shelves. Reading in a bar is kind of sad. That's fucking rude. Really? I mean, thanks. Thank you. I wasn't sure if this speakeasy was for me, but a speakeasy with a library. Yeah, it is in a bookstore, so, like, there's plenty of books to grab while you're drinking, though I feel like Vincent would be pissed if people are just reading the books and not buying them. It seems like a dick move. I already know that, but I guess I have 2 actions left anyway. Femme Fatale is nice. Spice slows you down so you get the head spins without getting carried away. Interesting. You can tell I don't drink much, can't you? I can, but I don't judge. Chef don't judge. I appreciate that. Still, it's growing on me a tad. I don't know if that's a good thing. I prefer these cocktails to beer my father drinks. I'd better not make it a habit, though. Your choice. What do you know about Natalia Reed? The accountant? I don't think I met her. I'm sure I didn't. Did you hear about her death? I saw the headlines like the start of some macabre murder mystery. That word is always interesting to say, but without the cheery ending, probably. Police will catch whoever did it. Maybe a killer can get away with murdering street girls or factory workers, but not someone like her. Let's hope. We should chat, I guess. Best of the time. No. Yeah, I guess when you exhaust all your options, you have to do the hand wave thing, but... See ya. Oh, she straight up left. We meet again. Evening. What sort of drinks do you like? Evening prayer. There are a few others I enjoy, but a great deal more I detest. Why do you ask? It's my job. Very good. Glad we have the discussion now. We don't have to do it again. Alright. How do I have so many actions when I didn't even give her a drink that she liked? I thought that's how you had to get those. You wear a lot of expensive items. I do. Are you worried about being robbed? If I'm outside, the best place someone could rob would be my empty home. If I didn't wear the nice things I have, I'd be living the same life as a woman who already been robbed, an unglamorous existence. Earrings are meant for ears, and jewels don't sparkle when kept in a box. Alright. Tell me about yourself. I love that idea. Of course you do. She opens her mouth in mock surprise and lets out a little delighted giggle. What's there to say? I grew up at Papa's old estate, Home Heath? Out in the country. Moved to Bukovi because I got bored, and I came to dive bars like this because I loved the entertainment. Dive bars? I'd say you fit right in. Or are we sparring? That's adorable. You continue to meet my expectations. I'll play along. Come, darling. I'm being exceedingly gentle. Let's get to know each other better, or worse, if you prefer. I'll start. I was born, I moved here, and now I'm sat in this cramped little stool talking to someone who has a very colorful background. I guess criminals can be dangerous. I know a lot, darling. Most of what I know I keep to myself. This has been delightful. I mean that. It's refreshing to have repartee with someone who can keep up. Chin chin. Chin chin? That's a cultural thing for some ethnicity, isn't it? That sounds vaguely familiar. Sure. How do you know everyone? I'm cordial with Elena and Maria, and I know Killian. We met a while ago at a tango class, you know. It's pre-prohibition times. Don't get me wrong, they're not hideously dull or anything. I just feel they are slow to trust and reluctant to say anything genuine. Feel the same, or are you an open book? What you see is what you get. I think that's what she wants to hear. Like a cannoli, it's what's on the inside that counts. Notice you do a lot of watching. You pour drinks while keeping your eye on the customers. Sign of a good bartender. For someone who is fearful of their own clientele? Can't blame you, though. Imagine if one of us were police. Are you? She laughs, and the first times it sounds genuine. You've amused her, and she lets the mask slip for a moment. You know plenty like her and learn to never let your guard down around them. No. I wish there was something as exciting as a police informant amongst us, but alas, we are as we seem. Well, other than Maria, she's not rich at all. Dirt poor, in fact, but you can tell. If you look closely, you can tell. She purses her lips briefly, a smile flashing across her face. Not the friendliest thing to say. Friendly? What an odd concept. Alenia pays for everything, Maria is a puppy in her purse. But we all do what we must. In her position, maybe I'd do the same. Poor girl's head must be spinning. Evenings in the casinos, speakeasies, and clubs with Alena, then back to her threadbare bedsheets each night in the stacks. What a contrast. It's cruel, really. Do you even like Maria? As I said, the three of us, Alena included, are cordial. They could grow on me. Maria and Alena have some quirks, which I like, imperfections. And they're both sharp as tacks, if you haven't heard. Maria likes to hide it under a shy facade, while Alena likes to hide it under a layer of, well, blondness. Opinions are fluid, for example. I didn't care for you, but perhaps the tide is slowly shifting. Same with the girls, Alena and Maria. They would just ease off on the chess chat and address the sexual tension in the room. Instead, I might enjoy their company a great deal more. Alright. Do you know anything about Natalia Reed? Dead woman? I knew of her. It's quite unavoidable when you're in the company of Elena Dragos, especially when she's had a few drinks. She likes to chat about that? How come? I could bore you with long-winded stories about Elena's infamous drunken rants, but why would I deny you the pleasure of experiencing them firsthand? You certainly seem to be well-placed to engineer such a rant once again. Just give me a warning before you do, so I might cover my ears in time. I will try. Alright. I really don't want to talk to you again, but such is life. You hear all sorts of tittle-tattle in here. Again, the language, man. What's the subject of the day? Guessing I've already got that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 options anyway, might as well confirm. Something that can get me drunk without feeling like I'm drinking alcohol. Elaborate. I love the light sugary stuff. I think your mint punch fits that bill. Okay. Bet you hear all sorts of da-da-da-da-da. You wrinkle your nose every time you take a sip. Right, I don't enjoy this. The drinks are well enough made, but I simply can't become accustomed to the taste. I must persevere. You don't have to, you know. I started going to bars to be around Elena and Wendy. With a killer going on loose, I'd like to keep an eye on them. What's your endgame? I've had my eye on Elena for a bit. We've gone on a few dates. I think she really likes me, but she has a guard dog. Maria's hackles are up, and she has fangs. In fact, I was thinking of paying for Maria to attend a distant chess tournament just to have more time with Elena alone. Perhaps take her to Mary Auberge for steak roulade. Steak roulade sounds abhorrent to me, but that's just my opinion. Mind keeping that to yourself. Your plan is safe with me. Good, it's stressful enough trying to keep my intentions secret. I'm only here in pursuit of the object of my affection. This constant boozing is worrying my mum a great deal. I usually wouldn't listen to her, but she holds great sway over my disposable income. Of course she does. What do you think of her? Elena's a lot of fun to be around. She's like summer sun bursting through the clouds. Poetic. Very bubbly. Funny that someone like her could come from such a poor family. Lots of personality. I mean, they're still people, dude. Sometimes what comes out of her mouth sounds like intellectual gibberish to me, but even the most frivolous words are kissed on the way out by those heavenly lips. Alrighty. Yeah, baby cat. You complaining again? Why are you complaining? It's not time for food. Did you know Natalia Reed? A little. I saw her at the Hotel Jubilee a while ago. I saw her, greeted her, and she threw up all over my suit. I helped her get a radio cab home. She was drunk then. Yeah, she was a bit of a mess. My father always said loose women of meager means lack the ability to handle alcohol with grace like more refined ladies. No, she's dead, right? Yeah, Elena told me this morning. I was rather sad, but more in that fleeting, oh, maybe I'll die one day sort of way. I didn't really know her, so... That's all. Yeah, nothing else to really talk about there. I don't think there's anything else I can do. Leader's job. Nope. Nope. I don't know if I can connect any of these. I feel like that should be connected, but it is not. Just doing trial and error at this point to see if anything happens. That works, but... It's just that. I don't know when this demo is going to end. So I feel like I get the gist of everything now. Thursday. Oh god. We're full. Constable Hugo Mertens marches down the street to the bar, his hands deep in his pockets as he inspects the other guests with confusion. After a moment, he makes his way over to you, pulls over a chair, and sits slightly too close. Constable Mertens, barkeep. Seems like business is booming. I never thought a life of crime would be this social for you. This is my job. These patrons could pass for respectable. Maybe they are. They're good people, mostly. Yes, well, I just wanted to check on how much you know about these supposed good people. Someone on the street knew her. Use that knowledge to your benefit. If you have anything worth sharing with me, I'll be staying here for a while. Open the notebook to present him with the new clue. Using clues on detective like Hugo will never consume action, so just make sure to show him anything interesting you find. He may have useful insights. Potential patron's clue and see what he has to say about it. So, Elena Dragos, Killian Durand, and Elliot Lynn all frequented the last drop around the time before Natalia Reed was murdered. You say you got this information from Peter Wagner? Mr. Wagner is well known around multiple police stations throughout Bukovi. The only reason he knew all of this was because he was present at the time as well. So let's add him to our little list of suspects, shall we? Now that I know I'm not wasting my time with you, the next step would be figuring out which one of these four might be our killer. Hugo pulls out 2 photographs from his coat and hands them over. The first one shows an ornate and decorated lighter lying on the pavement. The second shows a nasty-looking syringe. It's empty and small bits of blood can be seen around the needle. Well, is it being broken? These 2 items were found at the crime scene. Check around and see what they mean to our suspects. Got any more questions? What the syringe? The murder weapon is peculiar and devious. It's some sort of lethal toxin. Back before the Prohibition, it was slipped into drinks, but since then, most of the victims have been found with a puncture mark. This needle? Correct. We tried to see if it's a special type that was used, but unfortunately this one is available at any pharmacy. Doesn't help that it's basically the industry standard for any medical profession in Sara either. Whatever the nature of the toxin, it wasn't fast. Perhaps the killer wanted to watch the victims suffer a bit before they die. Victims each had different puncture wounds, arms, legs, but in this case it was the back of the neck, so the perpetrator attacked from the rear. Tests that we have run so far are currently inconclusive. Damn it, if it was back in Belgium, I know how to find better toxicologists. Do you know any toxins that have these effects? Any simple chemicals can be lethal when injected. This perpetrator has chosen a cruel implement to achieve his goals. I am making the apprehension of this villain my sole mission. We have to stop him. Any more questions? The lighter. It was close to the body and it's quite ornate, as a pattern on it, metal flowers skirting the edges. Asked around a few tobacco shops and always got the same answer. This one is custom made. I guess that the killer is a smoker. Only a few million of these. Yes, that doesn't narrow the field too much. All is clear. One last thing, hand over your notebook. Place the notebook in Hugo's outstretched hand. He pulls a pencil out of his pocket and quickly adds a new section at the back. After looking it over one last time, he hands it back. I added some questions I need answers to when reporting my findings about the case. Detectives at the station use this method to put together a case. I intend to do the same. First, we need a suspect to investigate. We narrowed it down to 4 people already, but given we're working with a serial killer, we can only get a warrant for 1. After that, we need solid evidence to confront them with. The 2 things I need answered are: what is the killer's motive? And what evidence proves the killer was present at the time of Natalia's death? If you can find these clues that answer these 2 questions for any of the suspects, assign them in the section I added, and hand over your notebook so we can review your findings. But you can only submit a suspect once, so you have to be sure, and you should also consider evidence that might clear a suspect. Will that be enough to convict them? On its own, no, but it's much easier to get a confession when you're presenting solid evidence. From there, it becomes a lot easier to arrest someone. Alright. Don't make me regret my choices here. I trusted you with enough information to get me in an uncomfortable position. Let me down and I'll make sure things become very uncomfortable for you. Got it? Very well. Just add a brand new case tab to your notebook. Let's have a look. Once the notebook... Open the notebook. Yeah. I click. There's a notebook down here and there's one up here, I guess. It feels like, anyway. Select the highlighted tab at the top and navigate to a newly added case page. On this page, you'll find an overview of each suspect in the case. The evidence you have collected so far on each page, on each suspect, will be displayed here. The case file displays clues that show a suspect's motive, the evidence that proves they could have committed the crime, as well as any potential defense that rules them out as a potential culprit, such as an alibi. Once you are confident you know who the culprit is, you can press the Submit Case button at the bottom of the page. Doing this will summon Hugo, who will review the details of the case and look at the evidence you have collected with a critical eye. For now, press X on the top right to exit them. Okay. If you're already in a conversation with Hugo, like now, you can also press this button in the bottom to submit your case. Once you submit a culprit, your answer can no longer be changed. You can only get 1 shot. You submit your case before the deadline is passed. Hugo will leave to present your case to a superior and won't return until the final day. It's up to you to find evidence on all suspects and figure out who is innocent and who is guilty. Their fate lies in your hands. Good luck, bartender. What sort of drink do you usually like? Something with coffee. Why? It's a job to know. I suppose it is. You memorize everyone's favorite drink? I try. Well, that's an admirable goal, but let's not get chummy. If you want to scribble this in your little notebook, I like anything with coffee because we drink it a lot in Belgium. It reminds me of home. Noting that down. Wake up call, maybe? Haven't done this one yet for anybody. Espresso martini. Ah, perfect. As perfect as a crime can be. Prepared to answer any of your questions. I don't think you'll answer a lot of these. Do you know Peter? Peter has a storied history with the Bukovi police. You can usually count on him being on the wrong side of the law. We're working off the assumption that Peter moonlights as a henchman for bigger fish, maybe even the Bruga Boys gang under Carla. Bruga Boys. Right. Makes me wonder whether a boss like Carla could have had something to do with all this, but she's white collar and more interested in larceny and laundering than murder. Alright. That seems like a dumbass question. Why are you doing a detective's job as a detective? Because those idiots are so busy chasing promotions, they forget to actually look for criminals. Or are you a beat cop? One of them confided in me how he figured out all of the victims of the Bukovi Boulevard killer are all blonde women. He condescendingly told me to keep that to himself and be a good constable. I can tolerate them being competitive, but not when there's human lives at stake. I didn't expect you to be so noble. He's already answered those. I want to know who I'm working for. Constable Hugo Mertens, that's all you need to know. Favorite color? Blue. Hobbies. I'm partial to pointless conversation and wasting my time. You have no hobbies. If I indulge this line of questioning, will it motivate you to trust me? Oh, excuse me. I haven't talked this much straight in a while. Yes. I like building miniatures, and when I was younger, I collected model trains. Hey, I like model kits too. Not trains, but, you know. Tell me more. I'm a collector. What more is there to say? We all collect things. You collect useless information while I collected trains. I don't have them anymore. Before you ask, I had to leave them back in Belgium. Did you have a little railway? Yes, and my fiance hated it. Ah, he had a fiance. All of these objects are with my parents now. Is that all? I still have many more questions. Tough. Fair enough. He's gonna hate it if I mention this, but indeed I do, and you needn't look so surprised. Not. Good. Is that all then? No further compliments. Yeah, no. I've already asked him about those two, so. Good lord. Bartender. In a bad mood. Father Lacey, please share something happy with me. I need to talk to someone who is not confessing mortal sins. Let's get you a drink first. Wow, he gets inebriated immediately? Alright, I didn't anticipate that. Sits down with a cigarette in his mouth and pulls a bunch of matches from his bottom pocket. We discourage smoking. These are menthol, and they make your breath smell good. If you must. I must. You like your mint thing, right? Sir. I already know your drink type. Think. What do you do for a living? I work for the Arrondissement Property Registry. I think that's how you say that. It's a very important position in the municipality, though often the plebeians treat me like a clerk rather than a senior individual with a great deal of power and influence. Sounds riveting. It pays my bills and gives me time to pursue other interests. What else is there to expect from a job? I make more than most people, that's for sure. Money important to you? No, but I find it's a good indicator of value. Right. Tell me about yourself. What benefit would be gained by sharing such details? I'm a customer and want nothing more from you than the drink. Do you have any hobbies? I collect stamps. You seem like a stamp collector. Inherited a collection from my father, and I'm struggling to get rid of it. Stamps. Yeah, the little square boxes you put on letters. I'm trying to trade the rare ones to become independently wealthy, but it's going averagely. You don't want to keep them? I don't consider hobbies to be a very masculine pursuit. Men should aspire to spend their time on things of value. Such as bettering society, exploring the natural world. I think I said exploiting. It's exploring. Mining precious metals, colonizing the subcontinent, constructing large towers. Do you do those things? No. I mean men in general. Alright. What do you need? I got 2 left. If I happen to know Peter, is that a joke? I avoid him, as should you. You seem to dislike him. He's a villain. Everyone knows that. He works for that loan shark, Carla. Not so sure about that. Everyone pussyfoots around him like he's a gentleman. Pussyfooting around people like Peter is unacceptable. I will not pussyfoot like the rest. He really loves pussyfoot the word. That's pretty funny. If you repeat pussyfoot over and over, it's going to begin to lose its effect. What's the point? I don't socialize with men like Peter, nor should anyone with common sense and decency. Alright. Did you see what happened to Natalia Reed? I don't know who that is. Bukovy is a big city. Would I even remember her? She worked nearby. This is Bukovy Boulevard. Everyone is nearby. Alright. So I really fucked up with the other guy. I didn't think he would get drunk immediately and leave. Desperate need of drink. Nothing too strong. I have work tomorrow. You really like the copper bullet, though. I'm supposed to give them drinks for different times? I guess I'm not understanding that mechanic, really. I wonder why they called it a copper bullet, not a Moscow mule. Don't let me have too many of these. I got 4. Your job, I already know your drink. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What do you think of Maria? She's a decent sort. I saw her once or twice back when I worked the bar at the hotel. It seems Clara is being nice when talking about Maria, but you can tell there's more to the story. Okay. You know about Natalia Reed. I guess I've seen her a few times before. Murder. She was in the Spire Lounge in the hotel a lot, same as Elliot, Olivia, and even Alina once or twice. So all of those people have been seen in the same spot, huh? Did Natalia mix with anyone else? See, I would have made note of that in the little clues thing. That all those people have been seen in the same spot multiple times. I saw her and Olivia Gorder together at the bar. That stuck with me, because Olivia is kind of a big deal in amongst that lot. Everyone formed a crowd around her. Saw her hanging out with Elliot once or twice too, usually away from the bar though, over at the Vantage booths. So he lied to me, I think. Yeah, now that I think about it, Elena brought Killian along too. I remember that pretty well because he asked me out. I mean, I don't wear a badge or anything, but do I look like I'm out here trying to date men? I mean, no, I wasn't gonna say anything, but no, you really don't. Risk. Probably, then again, I could get hit by a radio carriage tomorrow while crossing the... What is a radio carriage? Oh, my nose is itching. You have a point. Sifu says boats are safest in a harbor, but that's not what boats are built for. I can't think of anything I love that couldn't kill me. Also, just because something is a rule doesn't make it right. Sounds about right. come from work to my job. Alright, hobbies, I guess. No, I work in the hotel, so my shift starts early and finishes early. I have later afternoon and evening to myself, but I'm training real hard just now. Training for what? My gray belt. You just buy one. It's a martial arts combat thing, right? Bartitsu. I've never heard of that before. I don't know if that's just a joke about bartending or something like that. When I take my seafood down to the mat, I gain the gray belt. Alright. I gotta get some sleep. Good luck with the bar. And she's gone. What about you, big man? She surprised me with something nice. Okay. I think he said he liked the mint punch thing. It flips every once in a while. It's a good way to make it not incredibly tedious, is just change the way you trace it every time. So that's a nice touch. This looks fine indeed. But here it starts up. Okay, you don't have anything to new to talk about, so be gone with you. And she likes poison drop, if I remember. Evening, Alina. It may drop 5. Like I said before, I do really like the music. I hope it's not copyrighted, so I don't have to, like, cut it out for the video. I'm gonna enjoy this one. Delicious. Let's get it. So I've got 4 more actions. What brings you to a speakeasy? Can't expect a girl to spill all her secrets without losing her lips a little first. With some chat, maybe a couple of compliments about my lovely new earrings, and a few drinks. I gave you a drink. Wow, you have a really high alcohol tolerance, though. I can't give you another drink, though. Are you single? It's complicated, but I'm seeing someone, even if some people might prefer me to be. Who prefers that? Maria, mainly, though I can't say many of my friends approve of my love life. Why not? Many reasons. I guess if we discuss in the abstract, we can talk about this, even if it's a difficult subject. Sure. Guess that I can't decide this. I guess what I can't decide is, how do you choose between your best friend and a potential partner? I mean, what's more important, old friendships or new love? Sounds complicated. It's not that complicated. It is. I don't know. Is a friend supposed to support your choices, or is a friend supposed to tell you the hard truths you don't want to hear? Both. You might have a point. I need to think about this. I should talk to Maria. We can talk about anything, or we could. We can talk about anything, or we could. But we've been through a lot. Hope she understands that this time the guy I like is different. Is he really different? I think he is. It's nice to hear. What do you know about Natalia Reed? Not talking about that evil floozy. I'm here to have a good time. Okay, that's a strong opinion. Very guarded about this topic. She also seems to know something. Perhaps she's more talkative when drunk. So giving them their favorite drink really isn't the best move most of the time. You want to give them a strong drink to get to their alcohol tolerance. But they won't like certain drinks that you give them that do get them there. Interesting. It's a good way to add some variance to it. What's up, Vincent? Good evening. Wouldn't mind a sip of something after a long reading. Evening, Mr. Fleur. They say conversation is a dying art. Let's prove them wrong. A drink. Something timeless, please. That's his favorite. You know me too well. This is my absolute favorite. 4 actions. What do you know about Natalia Reed? Vincent looks down when you mention her name. He licks his lips, considering his next words carefully. I've been thinking back to when we met briefly at my accountant's office. She was smart, charming, and she knew when to drop that stiff Bukovi formality and be a little more laid back with her clients. Though she liked to drink, my accountant complained that she turned up worse for wear once or twice, so I imagine temperance was an issue. It's also no secret to my accountant that Natalia struggled financially due to her stubborn gambling addiction. How she managed to finance it is a mystery. I suppose it makes sense that she'd frequent speakeasies after the Prohibition, so really is a killer on the loose then? Apparently. Ghastly, I hope our customers tread lightly. Me too. They say conversation is a time that blah blah blah. I already know is drink. Other speakeasies have been raided. I'm sure dissatisfied patrons have alerted the authorities on a few occasions, but I've met a fair few officers, and even detectives in speakeasies. They think the laws don't apply to them. But I think the political climate has shifted. The Bukovi City Council has taken a harder line, and they may even be incentivizing officers to close more establishments. The economy may be booming, but the explosion of wealth is far from equitable. Speculators in the radio carriage and whale oil businesses are rolling in cash, but the public services and the police in particular are paid peasants. The speculators climbed a ladder and pulled it up after themselves. Now they're making us fight each other for table scraps while looking down on us all. Legitimate business owners and police officers alike. Doesn't that sound fucking depressingly familiar? There's a cadence to his voice that makes him sound cold and unemotional as he speaks. It's like he's rehearsed this topic, or maybe he's just gotten sick of talking about it. I am rambling again, so let's change the subject. What do you think of Killian? He's a boy in a man costume, pretty and unkind. I'm against cuffing a child around the ear, but if his mother had lifted a hand now and then, he might have grown up to be a decent human being. His family name is a good one, which is why his bad behavior is a shock. Vandalism, theft, scuffles, also unnecessary when his family has run into money. Killian is trouble, and those close to him need to show a firmer hand. Yeah, he certainly is a bit of a brat. Taps the bar in annoyance. Typical of the nouveau riche, they can buy everything but class. That goes especially for Killian. Anything he can't obtain through money, he will attempt to obtain using less savory means. The boy doesn't understand the concept of the word no. Right. They say conversation is a dying art. I got one more. Tell me about yourself. Haven't I rambled on enough already? No. I'm 56 years old. I was around when all the money started flowing into SAR, and I was born in a little town that was swallowed up by the expanding city borders last year. But I feel like I'm babbling on now. What else do you want to know? Family? Me and Flora. Never managed children, but now it's too late. That's sad. But perhaps we can talk on this more when we know each other a little better. I'm here if you want to talk. Yeah. Howdy goes. Yeah, I can't give her another drink or anything. I guess we just have to kind of end the day. Okay. She has more to say, but she won't talk unless she's drunk. The Elliot guy lied to me. I can do the clue thing to, like, maybe, expedite that. Is there a clue I can show him? just submit a case, really. Claire said she's seen Natalia speaking to with. Don't need the to there. Or with. Like, pick one. Olivia, Elena, and Elliot at the Hotel Spire Lounge. Interesting. Confront Elliot and Elena with this and see how they respond. Put them on the spot and watch out for the quivering lip or the twitching eye. Okay. I don't know if I can do that if I don't have any actions with her. Do I? I do have one. Okay. Clues. Lounge chats. How do I confront her with that, though? I genuinely don't know. There it is. I just had to click through the menu, I guess. Yeah, that's where I confronted Natalia about spending all of Father's money. Spending all of your father's money? Wait, is that the time? I should get going. That's interesting. Why would she be spending your father's money? I think I'm out of things to do, though. Did we get anything new? Lounge chats. Talia's dead. He worked for an accountant that Vincent hired to take care of his finances. From him, he learned that Natalia's gambling problem resulted in mounting debts, although nobody knew where she found the money to keep playing anyway. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything with that. Don't know how much time I have left on this demo. Feels like it's gone on a while, but a lot of it's just talking. Heater. I have to get you drunk with something. Sugar whiskey. Sort of 5. Six, 7. Don't know if she likes it though. I don't know how you get all the way up to there with the drinks they have. Are there like more drinks you can do? Because you can't do combos of drinks. Fuck it. Give you the vampire thing. See what you say about it. Well, I definitely don't hate it. Alright. Brings you to the speakeasy. Honestly, a mixture of boredom and curiosity. Looking at your hands, I can tell you worked hard in your life, right? You're not an interior of a ruby mine or line of a duchy, are you? As working class as you get. Well, 2 years ago, so was I. Dirt poor. My dad gambled the meager money we had, and my family was left in debt. My mother had too many crumpets in her case, if you know what I mean. I have no idea what that means. She was nuts. She joined the cult of the Deus Irae. I've seen that before, but I never know how to pronounce it. When I was a kid and ran away to live in the northern wastes, and after after dealing with my dad's gambling addiction, I'm not surprised. I know it's too much information for a stranger, but I'm here and I'm drunk and you asked me, so this is the monkey paw curling or whatever. I'm interested. Well, good. Anyway, when I was working odd jobs for wealthy people, I noticed how much illegal shit they got up to. I remember a rich older woman telling me how her son was jailed for dealing drugs and it was a most embarrassing ordeal. Obviously, being me, I asked how much jail time did he get because I'm nosy. She laughed. She literally laughed, some ear-piercing, bat-like screech of a laugh, and said, "Oh, he just paid a fine." For context, Marie and I went to school with a guy who got caught carrying some whatever woohoo drugs for somebody else and is still in prison. Rules don't apply to the rich, and hey, guess what? I'm rich now because my dad's gambling somehow paid off. So now rules don't apply to me either. If I'm caught, I'll pay a fine because who the hell cares? And you're okay with that? No, obviously not. But also, why am I the only one who feels guilty about it? Wish I could just enjoy the privilege as much as they all do, with no context to distract them from the entitlement. There's one thing I'll never escape, no matter how much I save or who I marry, the fear that I could lose it all again. I just hope if I do, my real friends are still around to buy me drinks. Quite the story. Alright. Is that the clue? Yeah, I know about that, and that's why she was after Dad. After Dad. Okay. That counts as an action. Already presented those. Okay. You know, why are you asking me about Natalia? Just talk to me. Well, I know that she was a gold-digging cow who absolutely had no business dating my father. You thought I wouldn't speak ill of the dead? Whoa. I may not be kind to her memory, but at least I'm the one being honest. She was like a barnacle stuck to a boat. Nothing I did could dislodge her. I might try to accept her if she curbed his worst impulses, but she gambled as much as father does. She was an accountant who couldn't handle money. That's pretty funny. When I called her out for her scheme, she even threatened to have my father write me out of his will. Fun times. So that gives you motive. My friends told me to stay quiet about my feelings, but I won't do it. Being happy today makes me seem callous or even suspicious. I don't care. The world is a better place without her in it. I see. I don't know that anybody else has stuff that I want to hear about. She presses her long fingers together. Maid girl, the one that works in the hotel. Clara, avoid her. She is what I would describe as trouble. Once saw her fighting with a known criminal, and not just any criminal, either one of the henchmen of a certain mob boss. Henchman? Yes, I'm surprised she isn't dead. If honest, when I saw her here, I immediately knew I should warn you. I like this establishment, and I quite like Vincent when he's sober. I wouldn't want Clara attracting trouble. That's all I needed to say with the matter. Trust me, we understand each other. Okay. Maybe she'll like Eastern Ruby. It gets her to slightly drunk. Tipsy. No, drunk. Did you ever meet Natalia Reed? I met her a few times while I drank at the Hotel Jubilee before the Prohibition, obviously. Really? Oh, she also frequented the theater. I don't blame her. What I do blame her for is all the noise. She would drink a lot during the intermission and occasionally cause a bit of a scene. I see. Her name did pop up now and then in conversation with my fellow socialites. She was an accountant who dealt with a lot of creative types, including my director. She would have been fired if he wasn't so popular with the clients. She formed strong bonds with him over strong cocktails. Interesting. Nonetheless, her death is I cannot fucking speak. Nonetheless, her death is a great shame. You should talk to Killian about her. I imagine he'd be on the suspect list. Killian loves a blonde. I should know. Tried to hit on you? I'm a blonde, wealthy, easy on the eye. I have a pulse. I'm more than qualified for his affections. Interesting. This place must have been dull without me. What, if anything? So the impulsive guy who doesn't like being told no likes blondes, which is the favored victim of the serial killer. No Father Lacey. Yes, I know him well. He's a priest. Does it seem strange that two people so different share the same speakeasy? Not particularly. Well, it's not my place to say. I don't think he's keeping his vows if he's coming here. He's such a drag, sitting there clutching his little drink. It's like looking at a child crying at their own birthday party. He was so stoic a few months ago. He's thoroughly morose now. I've asked him what's wrong, but he doesn't like to answer. It's not like I can tell anyone either. Oh yes, I keep seeing Father Lacey at the secret speakeasy we share. He cheers up soon and goes back to his old self. He's always been a good old sad sack, or a big old sad sack, but his droopy face is making the floor tiles sad. You're risking a lot being here. Life's a risk, darling. Well, for some anyway. For me, not so much. Sure about that. That particular type of frown will give you some very deep-set wrinkles. If you must worry so, save your worry for your own problems, not other people's. Fair enough. Look, I doubt this place will be discovered, and if it is, well, imagine the press. Olivia Carmine, thrown in the slammer, locked up, prison for life. Gosh, there would be riots for my release. Seem very confident. I'm kidding, obviously. No, I doubt I'll get more than a slap on the wrist if I'm caught. Makes sense. Sure, tell me about yourself. Bartender. Thought you'd never ask. I'm an actress, opera singer, budding radio host, etc. I was born with talent, but I spent most of my youth on stages, honing and developing my voice. My mother was also an opera singer, so I suppose she was my teacher in many ways. Fascinating. Did you get into acting? I've always been an actress. My parents raised me in the theater, so acting came natural as breathing. Seems like quite the advantage. Theater is all nepotism. I've seen women almost as talented as me mangling clothes at the laundrette. You think you're the first to tell me I benefited from my upbringing? I can assure you I already know, but once I saw a roof tiler who needed no ladder. He was 7 feet tall. Wow, we all have our advantages. Just because the rails were in place did not mean the locomotive was guaranteed to run. Many have the same track ahead of them and never leave the station. Fair enough, I guess. Tell me about this radio show. Ah, my favorite subject. I'm so glad you asked. Olivia leans in, perking up in her chair. She wants to make sure that you're soaking up every word. Precisely. I've been on air as a guest, but my new show will be a bit of news, a bit of gossip, most of all, an advice column, all of my own. I think I can teach my listeners a great deal about poise, tact, and now how to live with just a bit more extravagance. Those the younger generation, well, younger than me, have lost the gall that defined them. I know. Why is that? It's a question for the scholars, those with minds sharper than mine. Although if I were to guess, I'd say it has something to do with how quickly Bukovi advanced in the last 30 years. Obviously, I was a child, nay, an infant, when the boom happened. From what I understand, there was such a sharp influx of money into Sara that we created an uneasy mix of industrial giants and lucky spectators flooding into the same social spaces as the established aristocracy. Killian's parents are one of that crowd. They are as tasteless as they come. They have the money and power, but lack the graces, the decorum, the sense of permanence that we have. Okay, so new money versus old money. Well, figuratively speaking, Killian has the wealth of a sultan, but the demeanor of a grain store supervisor. Though that's just my opinion. You'll hear me expound on my views more eloquently on air next week. She winks, taking the last sip of her drink. There's something about the shrewd look she gives you that catches you off guard. Suppose you'll need to listen in to learn more. Maybe. Olivia winks at you and places the coins on the table. The grin is coy. She enjoys being caught as much as she enjoys getting away with it. Kinky. Honestly, I probably need to take a break for my voice, but it's been a fun demo so far. Definitely seems like a game I would sit down and play with my wife. She's really into these kind of longer story-driven games. Just I feel like this demo has gone past the point it needed to. I'm learning new stuff and I'm adding more stuff to it, but I think like we got the general gist of the gameplay and like where the story was going. I think we could have cut it off earlier. And maybe I'm just taking too much time because I'm actually reading it out loud, but that being the case, I'm probably going to stop it here. This is Best Served Cold. The demo is available on Steam, and it is published and developed by Rogueside. I think the writing and character design are done very well. I don't know if you get further drinking mechanics in the full release of the game or not, but it seems like it's pretty well done for what it's trying to do, and I'd be interested to see more of what happens later on.